Nothing? Did you have drill?
No, I had drill first week of October.
Yeah, me too. I'm probably going to get out of it. I got kids stuff going on. Anything good? Nothing good? Life just sucks?
I went dove hunting.
Huh?
I went dove hunting.
Good. You get any birds?
Yeah.
All right, good. Okay. Where? Okay, good. All right. Only good thing. Everybody else is terrible. Life's terrible. Awesome. We're in the right place. Okay, so what we're going to cover today. Sound good?
What does scruples mean?
That gets often asked a lot. You guys, does anybody know what scruples means? What do you got? Yeah. Yeah, your own problems, your own scruples. Yep. Good. Any others? Okay, we'll find out. Anybody know what that is? Extrinsic motivation?
Internal factors that motivate?
Yeah, you're on the right track. Yeah, that's exactly right. Okay. External rewards. This is grades, money, praise. Okay, those are the outside factors. All right, for motivation. So, not College Station. Wild guess. Intrinsic motivation is what? Inside. Good. Okay. Derived from your deepest desires, right? Your own drive. What actually motivates you. What motivates you to succeed. What motivates you to do well in school. All right. What motivates you to be a better person. Right? That's on your own. Eight o'clock, Taylor.
One of my fish finagled my ID. I had to deal with it.
8 o'clock, Taylor.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is definition of ethics. Moral principles that govern a person's behavior or the conducting of an activity. Morals. A person's standards of behaviors or beliefs concerning what is and what is not acceptable for them to do. Values. Person's principles or standards of behavior. One's judgment of what is important in life. Principles. A fundamental truth or proposition that serves as a foundation for a system of belief or behavior or for a chain of reasoning. I need to add scruples to this. What do we notice about these?
They're all very similar.
They are, aren't they? They're similar, right? Do they even use the same language? Yeah, we got some of the same words to define completely different things. Okay? I used to argue that these were pretty different. If you want to split hairs, it depends. They are. But not for you guys. Because you're not smart enough to know better. Somebody's awake. Because we kind of get caught up in them, right? Are they that different? I thought that was a glove. Like a rubber glove. I was getting nervous, man. Okay. Just cleaning his glasses. Yeah. For you guys, probably not terribly different. Okay? But this is the kind of thing that defines you. All right? So, let's get into a little bit about who you are. Behavioral scientists theorize leaders were made, not born. In the 1950s, all right, this is when this changed. Okay? It's not just trait-based. We talked about power. Referent power is what?
People that follow you.
Yeah, like having that it factor. Okay? It's less intrinsic and more a learned behavior. Why did this come out in the 1950s? Bingo. What happened in World War II? Yeah, we had field commissions, right? Okay? We took, who's from like West Texas? Panhandle. Where are you from? Yeah. Ooh.
I know.
What a terrible, yeah, you're here, buddy. You made it. Okay? Grant, all right, from backwoods, middle of nowhere, Texas. Bigger now. There's nothing within like 7 hours of Lubbock. Okay? That's why people go to the big city, all right? But, Grant, right?
Yes, sir.
Grant's from Lubbock, Texas, finds himself in World War II. He's just a lowly enlisted personnel. We put him in a tough situation, and he excels, much to our shock. Right? Boom, officer. Okay? So what did we figure out? What did we learn? You're not born with it. Now, again, there's things that came up, your environment, your genetics, that all factor in. No argument there. Doesn't mean you're a born leader. There's no such thing. All right? Again, there's some traits that will help, but it's all learned. Okay? Who likes college football? Who's Jalen Hurts? Where was he? Alabama. Right? No, you're thinking of.
He transferred to Oklahoma.
Yeah, he went to OU for his last year. Okay. All right. Where's he from? Texas. Kevin Sumlin wanted him to come here. He wanted to come here. All right. But we had all these other quarterbacks who then transferred and won Heisman's. Good job. Okay. We're on a roll. Okay. So Jalen Hurts grows up in Texas, wants to be an Aggie. Okay. Knows the coach for a long time. Strong kid, working hard. Okay. Doesn't work out, goes to Alabama. What's he do at Alabama?
Sits on the bench.
Sits on the bench for a year. Then what?
Starts and
Then what?
kicks ass.
Then wins a national championship. What happens the next year?
Bench.
Gets benched. Why? He got hurt. Younger guy takes over, absolutely dominates. Okay, and he rides the pine for a year. Then what?
Transfers to OU.
Yeah, he actually comes in and helps them win the championship at the end, right? Okay, because the other quarterback got hurt. Then he transfers to Oklahoma and does really well, and now he's in the NFL. I'm watching College Game Day, and Lee Corso, who's the old guy, all right, is on there. He's like, Jalen Hurts is a born leader. Is he? Why not?
It doesn't matter when you're born. It's really like your environment. Like I would say he's a leader because like he overcame like 2 colleges.
Look at the crazy path he was on. That shit was hard, right? Like that's crazy to go from wanting to go to one school, was pretty good. We were getting it rolling. Aggies were getting pretty good, getting it rolling. Bill Cowfield, everything was great. Doesn't come here. Goes to Alabama. Has to learn how to excel. Excels. Gets benched. Loses his spot. Has to earn it back. Right? Does really well. Then decides to go somewhere else. Right? Learn a whole new system. All that stuff. Was he made or was he born that way? He was made. Right? That's hard. Right? All the things that you do factor into that and who you are. Okay? Followership. This came along in the 70s, which is ironic. We'll see if you can figure out why. This is the arrival of servant leadership. They see power in the system, not themselves. The bottom of the pyramid matters most. Have to cultivate the environment for collective success. Okay? Servant leadership, which gets thrown around a lot here. Did it originate in the 1970s? Is there someone we can think of that maybe about 2,000 years before that? What do you got, Alex? Jesus Christ. Right? Jesus Christ. I thought it was funny. Right? Okay? Been around for quite a while, but we labeled it in the 70s. Okay? Is it systems that create leadership?
Could help
Yeah, why?
because if it's a broken system, like a corrupt one, you're not going to create good leaders out of it. But if you have a system of followership where leaders lead by example and by the front, and those who follow willingly learn from them, once it's time for them to get into a leadership role, they've seen how it's done, they know how to do it correctly.
Okay. You have something, Declan?
Yep. You adapt traits from your environment. So in certain environments you can adopt either really good traits conducive to excellent leadership, or as he said, corrupt leadership.
What? You said corrupt organization or corrupt leadership?
It,
I thought I heard corrupt organization.
right.
So can you
creating like the corrupt organization creating bad leaders?
Can you be a good leader in a corrupt organization?
Yes.
Yes, but it probably wouldn't get as far.
All right. This is a great topic. Good job. Okay. Who knows what the Arab Spring is? Anybody? What do you got?
Period of revolution across the Middle and Near East back in 2014. I think it started with the Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt and spiraled across.
Yeah, mostly Egypt. Yeah, anything to add to it?
Just that they use social media to get all these groups together and foil these dictatorships.
Right. Where did it start?
Egypt?
Right, but I mean, on the pyramid, pun intended. Okay.
CIA.
Huh?
What?
What is Did you say CIA?
Maybe.
Good. Okay. Where did it start?
On the bottom.
At the bottom. The bottom of the pyramid. Okay, it took 40 or 50 years for them to finally snap and have enough. But the people rose up and overthrew the government, kind of sort of for a little while, right? And then got stable. But it was the bottom of the pyramid that it started at, not the top. Right? The top was corrupt. The followers, to your point that you brought up, which is excellent, they're the ones that overthrew the government. Okay? They overtook the leaders. Right? So consider the system. Good or bad, it is a system that develops leaders. It is the followers that set the pace. Right? They're the ones that hold the leaders accountable. Oh, I gotta pull this video up. I'm so excited. Sorry, I should have had it up already. I don't want to watch the ad. Okay. Hold on, we'll get to it in just a second. So good. 1991. Okay. You're at a dinner party. Who likes cashews? Good. Legumes. Okay. Who? No? Don't like nuts? What do you like? Appetizer. What's your favorite appetizer?
Chips and queso.
Chips and queso. Anyone else? Chips and queso? Okay. Everybody got something they like? We're at a party. We're at my house. We're having a party. We good? I got some. What do you want? Barbecue? Mexican? What do you want? Barbecue? Huh? Barbecue? All right, so I got some brisket and ribs going. We good? Okay, got something for everybody? Now we're just getting hungry? Okay, good. So we got cashews or chips and queso, whatever you like, okay? Going to town, right? Chips and queso, right? Digging in, got your cashews, okay? At the party, right, because I got brisket and ribs going, I'm going to take away the appetizer. Take away your chips and queso. Hurts, doesn't it? What's your reaction to that? What's your reaction to take away the chips and queso or the cashews?
I hope the ribs are healthy.
Upset, huh?
I hope the ribs are healthy.
Okay, why? That's good. Okay, who's upset? Yeah, I want your chips and queso, huh? Okay, yeah, Angelina won't say anything. Tom mentioned chips and queso. Okay, right? Who's good with this? Who's happy? You touched on it. Not happy? Why? You want the ribs, right? Okay, this is exactly what happens. All right, there's an economist who did this at a party. Had cashews out. He's got dinner coming. Got a good dinner coming. Takes away the cashews, and everyone actually thanked him. Okay, kind of not at first. You're a little upset wanting the cashews, but the main course is coming. Okay, all right. I'll just show you this commercial because it's so good. Never does. Does anybody know what the McLean Deluxe is? Anybody heard of it? So excited.
McDonald's explodes another myth.
If it's low fat, it can't be delicious.
Not so. Introducing McLean Deluxe, made with a 91% fat-free beef patty.
Low fat and delicious? Can't be done.
Can too. You want a great burger taste with a lot less fat. Only McDonald's responded. New McLean Deluxe will blow you away.
Terrific. It can't be low fat.
It's both. New McLean Deluxe. After billions and billions, another first at McDonald's today. McDonald's explodes another.
We awake now? Okay. All right. I love it. Why did that? Okay, let's back up for a second. Why would McDonald's make the McLean Deluxe? It was a low-fat burger, no cheese. Okay, what are we making that for, Taylor?
People want to be healthy.
People want to be healthy. Do you go to McDonald's to be healthy?
Nope.
You want a Big Mac, big old fries, shake? You want all, right? We don't go to Whataburger because we want a salad. Okay. Why did this failed miserably? McDonald's is good at a lot of things. Okay, they're good at a lot of things. Why did the McLean Deluxe fail? Everyone in the 90s was going low fat. Right? This caused a huge problem with what we have in our health problems today. Okay? We theorized that if you ate fat and cholesterol, you got fat, you got higher cholesterol. Never proven. There's a great book called The Big Fat Surprise if you want to learn about it. Okay? Even the guy they called Dr. Cholesterol never proved it. Why? What's really hard to study about nutrition and diet? Everybody lies. Okay? It's so hard to study food because everybody lies. It's just like, I only watch documentaries. Your browser history says otherwise. Okay? If we dig into it, right, fine, somebody's paying attention. Okay? We don't always want healthy. Okay? We go to McDonald's because we want a big ass greasy burger and giant fries. Okay? We're just talking about food today. You guys be starving. 11 o'clock, okay? Failed miserably, all right, because we didn't want that. What we thought was happening was get rid of fat, okay? So what did we put in all the food instead of fat? Sugar. We wanted it to taste good, so we increased sugar, which increased diabetes and fat across this nation significantly in the 90s. We screwed up pretty bad, okay? Food is studied extensively by companies that want to make it look right, taste exactly right. The chips have to be just crispy enough, okay, because we often eat with our eyes, right? So it failed miserably. Here's why, right? Do I have any economists in here? All right, kind of, sort of, yeah. All right. Economic supply and demand, often defied, okay? This is where behavioral economics was born. This is the cashews or your queso at the dinner party, all right? Why do we have retirement accounts? Why do companies do that? Do you know? What are you going to do when I give you money? Yeah, spend that shit, right? Need a new car. Need my senior boots, right? We set it aside because we'll just blow the money, okay? That's why we have it, right? We don't do what we say we're going to do. The 2016 election was Clinton and Trump. Who was going to win? Who was predicted to win? Clinton, by a landslide. Why didn't that happen? All the polls were saying, I'm going to vote for Hillary. Nope. Huh? Russia. Yeah, Russia. Okay. Why? Nope.
I think people lied.
Bingo. Nobody wanted to admit they were going to vote for an asshole. Even though they were. That's what happened. Trump won, but he was supposed to lose by a landslide. Because when you call people up, they're like, oh yeah, definitely going to vote for the first woman president, not the super asshole. And then they went to the polls and they're like, don't tell anybody I voted for it. It worked, okay? This is why polls are often terrible, okay? We lie. All right, Alicia, will you close that? Okay. We don't tell the truth. Right? Outcomes don't follow economic theory. They often don't, because people are horrible. Right? We have a hard time telling the truth. Okay. Here's how you guys work. We have a choice between good and evil. We want autonomy. You want to be able to do your own thing. I don't want to have to go to the volleyball game at Tuesday night just because I'm a cadet. Right? Okay? But you also want strong leaders. And you chose to be in the Corps. Right? So there's sacrifices that you have to make. This is the welcome to the rest of your lives. Okay? You're going to want to do things, and there's things that you have to do. Who can't wait to just graduate and get a job and life will be simple and easy and I won't have homework? Newsflash. Doesn't work that way. Okay? I left my house at 5:45 yesterday. I got home at 9 o'clock. I did not get my workout in because after working at Sam Houston all day, I have to go home, change for 30 seconds, feed the dog, and then go watch my daughter cheer at 2 junior high football games. They're not very good at 7th grade. It's really painful. Okay, they get a little better, right? 8th grade. 7th and 8th grade is hilarious, man. Some of them are like this tall, and some of them are this tall. It's hilarious. Okay, but so I got to do all those things, right? So I don't get my workout in, right? Which makes me a very irritable person. Okay, we care about the collectives, right? Generally, well, you guys care about the outfit. You don't really care about the core. You care about your outfits, right? But you also have what you want. Kendall doesn't want to go to the volleyball game on Tuesday, okay? Because you have things to do. Hang with me. We're going to get into what you guys are doing. Leadership is a reflection of ourselves. Your leadership style is a reflection of you. So, I don't care if it's your ethics, morals, values, principles, however you want to label it. Do you have a definition of leadership based on those? Based on your own morals or ethics? No, you don't. You better develop one. Right? Because what does the Corps make? Do they? Huh? Right? You spent 18 years growing up before you got here and joined the Corps, right? And non-reg sees khaki and they're like, weirdo. Right? Okay? And they're right. Okay? They're all lazy, right? You should have one, right? Take the time to sit down and write it out and think about it. Most of you don't, but you should. So, let's play a game. All right, now we're awake. You're a police officer. You come up on a car crash, single car crash. The victim is trapped inside. He's burning alive. He wants you to shoot him, put him out of his misery. What do you do?
Pull him out the car.
Can't. Not going to make it. Too hot, trapped, burning alive. You can't get him out. What are you going to do?
Do you get in trouble for that?
What are you going to do?
There's no other way I'd shoot him.
Okay. Taylor, same?
Same.
Okay. Yeah?
I'd exhaust every other option.
Yeah, I get it. Sure. All right. He's literally begging you. Okay. Burning alive. Painful way to go. Painful. Huh? Can't. Hands are stuck. You have to do it. What are you going to do? Okay. Who's not? Why not?
It's illegal, and riots will pop up around the world.
Yeah, you're probably assuming a lot there. Okay? All right. Taken into consideration. Okay, good. Why not? James?
I think, I don't know, I think solving the problem by just killing him faster is not the right way to go about. I mean, obviously, we can just sit here and go back and forth and say, you can't, with like me, like saying each option of like trying to put out the fire, like help him.
Yeah. There's no option for that. You're either pulling the trigger or you're not.
Well, I mean, I feel like in that situation, if there's no possible way for me to get him out of the car, or like help put out the fire, or do anything like that, I don't have a clean shot anyway. So there's potential that you're just gonna hurt more.
You can get pretty close. Right? Or you can just shoot multiple times. If you're a bad shot, okay, maybe not. Maybe you're not a very good cop, but that's okay. Who's not? Angelina, what are you doing?
I would shoot him, but I feel like that probably would haunt me.
It would haunt you? Why? Huh? Yeah. Why? Why would that bother you so much? He's going to die. And you're not wrong. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just going to bother you. Taking a life. Who else? Kennedy, same?
I wouldn't do it, but either way, it would haunt me.
It's going to haunt you either way. All right? It's a terrible thing to see. Okay? Witness. All right? Who else is not? Why?
It just feels like you're gonna get in trouble for it, and he's gonna die anyway.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Don't lose fact of the trouble thing. We'll bring back up. Let's go through the next couple, and then we'll come back to that. Okay. All right. Different one. A little different. No one dies here. Okay. You have a kid. Lucky enough, you get married, have a spouse. Okay. Some of you are gonna have to wait a while. All right. Just pick it. Okay. But you're gonna get married. You have a kid. You will. There's nothing in the world you love more than your kid. They'll drive you insane. There's nothing that can make you more angry than your own children. But you also love. It's like living with an alcoholic. Okay. They eat all your food and they break all your stuff. But then they're like, "I love you," and they give you a hug, and you're like, "Okay, I guess you can live." All right. So it's been a year. You got your sweet little baby, boy or girl. You get to pick. I don't care. All right. You got your sweet little baby. It's been a year. Love you. You love that thing more than anything. All right. You're a family now. Hospital calls you at 1 year. Hey, that's not your kid. We screwed up. We have your kid. Yep. We have your kid with another family. Which one do you want?
You can't get both.
Now, huh?
You can't get both. like playdates or something. I don't know.
You have a lot of siblings, Taylor?
Yes, sir.
You close to your family? Yeah, he's like, yeah, just put them all in one house. Have them move in. Okay? Well, I'll be fine together. Okay? All right. So Taylor's got one big communal living, okay, with some strange family he doesn't know. So you can have both kids. All right, where else are we at? You can't have both. Kendall.
I would talk to the other family and see if they would talk to
They defer to you, Kendall. They're going to let you decide.
either way.
Hold on.
Either way, the child's not gonna remember. They'll only know your
Right, so what are you doing? They're not going to remember at all. What are you doing? Keep it? What'd you say? Huh? shoot it. That determines your morals, okay? So the difference between right or wrong is what we're getting into. If you see Folsom, right? He's just kicking a baby down the street, okay? We're pretty sure that he's wrong, okay? That's pretty easy, all right? We're trying to figure out if Folsom's going to take his kid or the other kid, all right? What are you going to do? Hold on, what are you going to do? What? What'd you say? What are you going to do, Folsom?
I'd take them.
Take which one? No, one or the other. What are you going to do?
Take both of them back to the hospital.
Take them both back to the hospital? You don't want kids?
No kids.
It's going to be a long time before he gets married, okay? What are you going to do?
I don't know. Try to trace. I don't know.
Which one? One or the other? Here's the thing, guys. You can't do both. It's one or the other. You can't do both.
I want my kid.
You want your kid.
I want my kid.
Taking it back.
Well, I don't know. It feels right having like that's your kid that was supposed to be.
For a year, you've thought this other one was yours.
I know that. I think it would be tough trying to separate from that child that you thought was yours for a while, but I think that I don't know. It just seems like the right thing to do would be have your biological child.
Why do you think it's the right thing to do, James?
I really don't know.
Bingo. You guys don't have a freaking clue. Okay? It's your own morals and ethics that define that. It is who you are. Something in you says, I want the one that we birthed. Okay? You need to be able to figure that out. What do you got?
Personally, I'd take my own kid back, and it saves you the problem of later in life someone saying to that kid, your parents should have taken you back and traded you in.
Oh my God. So we're worried about like jokes? Okay.
Well, it would be mean for like a 13-year-old to hear that.
I mean, either way, you gotta be like, hey, funny story. You know, we mixed you guys up for a year. I mean,
Right? So that's how he looks at it. You're like, I don't want to explain this. Okay? James is like, guess what? Okay,
I mean, you
here's
can't go their whole life and not like just lie to them. You know. I mean, you could just like go the whole time and be like, well, you know.
some of you should talk to your parents.
I don't see a reason why you can't stay in contact with the family and see that other kids. But if you raise them for a year, that kid might still be special to you. So I don't see why you have to cut them out of your life. You just want your own kid.
Well, their dad works in oil and gas, got transferred to Qatar.
Yeah, that sucks. I don't want kids now.
All right, good, but why? Why? What makes you want your own kid?
I mean, there's something about that's like your DNA. You made that. That's like 50% me. And
Let's hope more like 70% her, but
sure, yeah. A sliver of me in there.
okay.
And it's like I see that as that's like my kid.
Okay. Why? What makes you feel that way? Why do you think you feel that way?
Me. That's like part of me.
Okay.
There's something.
You like yourself?
It seems like a very selfish argument.
It is.
Take it like this.
It is. But is he wrong? Hold on. Is he wrong, Ryan?
No, I agree, like 100%.
Okay. Why?
I just agree. I want my child back because there was also months before the kid was birthed that you went through.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Maybe
Huh?
not me, but
Hold on. Yeah. Don't lose your thoughts. What do you got?
I couldn't live with knowing that a part of me was being raised by someone else. Like, are they taking care of them? Are they raising them right? Are they healthy?
Okay.
That's what goes through my mind.
Okay. Yep.
I would want my child back because it's my responsibility.
Okay. Well, so's the other one so far.
I think I would keep the one I had.
Why?
Because I think, that the other kid's technically yours, you made it, but you spent a year actually raising this other child,
You had no idea, right?
and at that point, I think I'd be, yes, it would kind of bother me that my own DNA is being raised by somebody else, but at the same time, I put a year into loving and caring for a baby, and to give that away would probably be harder on me mentally than to just say, oh, this kid's mine, so I want it back.
It's gonna bother you, isn't it?
It would bother me a lot.
Okay. Alicia.
I was just gonna say, I would only want it back because a child is one. I would it would bother me that my DNA is being raised by somebody else, but also I would not want to
And they imprint almost immediately. It's by smell more than anything because they can't see very well. So they get to know your smell. They know that you're their parent, right? Almost immediately. So they're going to imprint right away. So yeah, you can work through it at one. They're not going to have a living memory of it, but you're starting over from scratch. All right. What you really need to think about is which one sleeps better. None of you brought that up because you haven't had kids yet. Okay, it's a horrible thing. Call your parents and apologize. Okay? Was anybody like a colicky baby? Do they know? Oh my God! Call your parents. Tell them you're sorry. Okay. Okay. By the way, these are all real scenarios. Okay, so we'll back up and go through them. All right. So you are CEO of a company that has contract with the military. You make Navy ships. Okay, and getting a contract keeps your company afloat. Right, we're talking billion-dollar contracts to build destroyers and carriers and all that good stuff, okay? And there's only 2 companies that do it in this country, right? So we compete against each other. So you bring in the Navy and the government, and you make your presentation on why they should hire you, and you know that they've already been at your competitor because after they left the competing bid from the other contractor. They left exactly what your competing company is offering them, left it behind in the boardroom. Right? So you alone find it, and you can decide, I'm either going to review this and use it to my advantage, or I'm going to give it back without looking at it. What are you going to do? Huh? Review it? You're going to look at it? Why? You two, with you keeping your kids, the strange kid, you're gonna do well on the company? Okay, why? It's not the other company's fault. It's the guys who came in to review.
Yeah, like it's their fault, so they can't like really blame us for that.
Okay.
So it's like if it's there, then I'm obviously gonna look at it. I'm dumb not to.
Also, that's your own paycheck. Like,
Yeah.
you've got other extenuating, like, you know, what if you lose this bid because you didn't look at it,
Uh-huh.
and then you're out of a job, you know, that kind of stuff.
Okay. So who's with College Station and Alicia? Who's going to look at it? All right. Who's not looking at it? Why not? No, you've already talked. Who raised your hand? Alex. Why not?
He does not mind to look at.
Okay. So you're just going to give it back to him? Say you guys left this behind? Okay. Kennedy, same. Why?
Because, like you said, it's not the other company's fault, so there's no reason. If you, from a business standpoint, it'd be better to look at it. But from what I believe in, you want a fair competition and you want to earn something, there's no point in cheating.
I don't think business is fair.
I mean,
there's nothing in life that's fair.
That's like someone dropping their wallet and it's got like $300 cash. You're like, I mean, it would benefit me if I took this cash, but like, it's the right thing to do to give back your wallet.
How long do you have this contract?
You're trying to earn the contract, but
You haven't had it before.
yeah, you've gotten it before, but it's a new bid, so it's the next round. So next round of contract.
Well, if you guys we can try next time.
Okay, what are you doing?
Well, like, if I've had the bid in the past, I've proved that I, like,
Both of you, if you're both good companies, both competing companies, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. What are you doing?
I'm not gonna review it just because I feel like my company is one in the past and their company's one in the past. It's like, obviously you're both good companies. I know business is fair, but it's like at the same time, it's. I wouldn't review it. I just look at it, and if they want to choose me based off my merit, so be it.
Okay. You might get in trouble for shooting the burning guy. You might. Okay. You can do whatever you want with the kid. You can keep it and raise it as your own. You can trade it back. You can decide if you want to review it or not. How are you going to sleep at night? Yep.
By doing what you think is right.
It's up to you, guys. It's literally up to you. Wes?
I was just gonna say, like, on the competing bid one, like, I sleep a lot better if I was bet versus homeless if I didn't get that bid. So
You know what happened to the guy who found it? He made copies and distributed it to the company. And then he resigned when he realized what a horrible decision he had made. family-run company, decades old. I think it was over 100 years old, right? Because the ethics of the company said, this is not what we do and this is not who we are. Okay. If you can sleep at night doing it, good for you. That's what it's going to come down to, whether you pull the trigger or not. How do you sleep at night? Okay, you can still think of stupid shit you did in 8th grade, right? 3 in the morning. Shouldn't have said that to her. She doesn't care about you anymore, bro. She gone. Okay? It's too late. It's literally how you sleep at night because it's your own morals and ethics. It is who you are as a person that decides it. Okay? There is no right or wrong answer. When I do good, I feel good. When I do bad, I feel bad, and that's my religion. Does anybody know who said that? Wild guess? Former president? No. That's hilarious. What? We're getting closer. Abraham Lincoln. And actually, I think his neighbor said this, but it's attributed to Lincoln. Okay. Do you know when you did good? Do you know when you screwed up? Yeah, you know. Deep down, you know. If you find the wallet, and it's got their license right in there, and you could probably even find them on Facebook, all right? Can you get it back to them without taking the $300? Yeah. Can you take the $300 and walk on and nobody ever knows? Probably. There's cameras everywhere. It's up to you. Okay? I worked with a person who was an alcoholic. All right. Now, I'll have a beer at lunch. Okay? Got no problems with it. At first, I was like, this is fun. Right? Like when working with this person. They were a real alcoholic. Not fun. It's not fun anymore. Okay? This person I worked with, who was well-liked and respected and all that stuff, she always treated the servers at restaurants really poorly. Right? Like, just who's been a server? Yeah, you were rolling your eyes already, okay? So have I, all right? Here's the thing. It doesn't cost anything to be nice, right? It doesn't cost anything, but some people, like, did anybody see, it was the UNC, who they played, Virginia Tech? And the dad, some like older guy in the stands went after the student section, like tried to fight hundreds of kids. Okay, my favorite quote was, "I don't know what those students said, but they deserved it." Right? Some people just look, for whatever reason's going on in their life, they treat other people poorly. Right? Maybe they're lower on the totem pole, or they're not happy in life, and they take it out on other people, and it sucks. All right. But this person always treated servers poorly, and that actually told me what kind of person she was. That told me more about her than anything, all right? And I removed myself from the situation. Okay? I found another job and got the heck out of there. All right? I don't think did we talk about ice cream cone last class? Yes. Okay. Who likes ice cream? Do we not? You have problems. Do we not like ice cream? Sometimes it happens. Okay. Pick what favorite flavors? Bluebell vanilla, okay, super plain, boring guy. Yep. What do you got? Now Mason talks because I mentioned ice cream. What do we got?
Cookie two-step.
Cookie two-step. Okay. What? Mint chocolate chip? Anybody? Chocolate? Everything? Okay. Now he's getting more exciting. What? Chocolate chip? Chocolate? Anybody? Okay. You got your favorite ice cream cone. Hot day like yesterday. You're walking across the quad. It's starting to get a little messy. It's dripping all down your arm. Right? Okay. It's really good. You got a little bit of the ice cream cone left. You ditch it under the bushes. Biodegradable. Who's with Stone? No problem, right? No harm, no foul.
Defeat the quad policy.
Who is immediately judging that cadet? Why? You like made a face immediately. Why? Yeah, who's upset he just didn't finish the ice cream cone? Yeah, that's more. Yeah, there's my Mason's. Yeah, man, eat it. Okay, you're almost done. Just lick it off your arm. You're fine. Okay? Walk by Stebbins. Okay. All right, but we decided to throw it down. Stone threw it down under the bushes. Okay? What's the problem? Why are you upset?
Makes people take a lot of pride in the environment, like the campus itself.
Okay, good. So it's bothering you just because we got a nice campus on the quad. Kendall?
Because it may have been just you that did that ice cream thing, but if you think it's every cadet on the quad did that.
Yeah, ice cream cones everywhere. And then we got 10 million fire ants, and the fish goes to push, and he's got fire ants all over him, and it's your fault. Okay? You're like, shut up, do push-ups in the... Get bit, I don't care. Kennedy, what's the problem?
Oh, you just said my phone with the fire ants.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, it comes up. Okay. Birds will eat it, right, Stone?
That's probably great.
Yeah, who cares? I'm not hurting anybody. What does it tell me about Stone? That he's a lazy piece of shit. Trash can's right there, man. It's right over there. It's right. You walked right by one.
It's not plastic.
30. Okay, fair enough. Is it a good thing to do on the quad or not?
Is it in the grass?
Sure, wherever you under the bushes,
Sure.
man. Can't hardly see it.
Yes.
So no problem,
We
right?
do compost all the time.
But everyone else, whether they agreed or not, is judging you.
Well, that's my own decision to make.
It is, because who are you when no one is looking? Because that's who you really are. That's who you are. You ever been driving just screaming at other cars? Are you a good driver?
Yes.
No! No, you're not! 93% of Americans think they're above average drivers. It's a statistical impossibility. Okay? But no, you're not. Yet you're just screaming at other people in cars. None of you, who's from Texas? None of you use blinkers. Every car has turn signals. None of you. And if you do, you're just coming over. Okay? Like, oh, I put my blinker.
Blinkers when nobody's around.
That's good, okay? You're the only one, all right? Nobody uses turn signals here. It's terrifying, okay? Okay, so moving on from the ice cream cone. Leaving the shopping cart in a parking spot at a grocery store.
No.
What's the difference, Stone?
That's a
It doesn't
freaking
hurt
car.
anybody. It's an open spot. The kid from HEB will get it. He's got his sleeves rolled up and his AirPods in.
Alright, okay. As a carboy at HEB, it's bullshit when people do this. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. No. I worked at Lowe's. People leave the wood, like the lumber carts
Yeah.
in the spots.
Oh, yeah.
Mainly asked to bring.
Nobody at Lowe's has collected a cart ever. Okay, I go to Lowe's all the time.
The PVC type fittings. People
Yeah.
are like, some asshole will come put those back. I'm the asshole who has to put them back.
Yeah, if you leave a shopping cart in a parking spot, you're the worst human in the world. Okay, and here's what I saw once where I was like, can I just run my car into theirs? I'm in a Walmart parking lot, so we're starting at a certain level. Just kidding. Okay, Walmart's great. Okay, I see a person driving in the parking lot, female. Okay, open her door and ditch a gallon of ice cream and a plastic spoon in the parking lot while driving and drive off. I saw red, okay? I was like, I think I'm just going to run my car into hers. I was so angry. Like, what a horrible thing to do, okay? But I don't know what that person's going through, okay? I'm mad because I think they're an awful person, right? I think Stone's lazy POS because he threw his ice cream cone down, okay? I'm judging him for that because I wouldn't do it, right? That doesn't necessarily mean Stone's wrong. He's good with it, and he's going to go to bed and not even think about it the rest of his life, okay? But College Station saw him do it, and now is judging Stone forever, okay? It's who you are. The decisions that you make are up to you and how you are wired, and you have to live with them, all right? This is situational ethics. It depends. It really does, but it depends on you. All right? Rightness or wrongness of an act is determined only by the morality of one's own motives or intentions in a given situation. If you're going to shoot the burning victim or not, it doesn't matter. It's a hard decision. Both are extremely challenging. Right? There's no right or wrong. Okay? Don't lose your thought. There's no right or wrong, but it is the fitting situation for you. Most of the time, you have to make hard decisions. Yes, ma'am.
How can this position be defended in a society where multiple people have to coexist? Because under this, you can excuse away any of your decision. Like, under this, there's no reason to punish anybody for theft, murder, rape, because if it's under everyone's own convictions, then you don't have any authority or power to convict anyone of anything.
Do people break laws? All the time, right?
So how, under this position, how are we of any authority to make any laws if every single person has their own code of ethics?
We can make laws, but that doesn't mean they're followed. If your ethics are okay with you killing innocent people, then somewhere along the lines, your ethics and morals were screwed up. Right? And there's years of proof.
Under this viewpoint, how are we supposed to say your ethics
and that's a good question. There are a set standard of what we think is acceptable or not. Everybody has them. Whether it's we're judging somebody for throwing something down that's biodegradable, or for somebody who's committing murder, there are ethics and rules in place. So there are standardized ones. But the hard part is who gets to make the decision? Who's in charge? Why are they right and I'm wrong? Vice versa. If someone literally says, it's okay for me to kill people, all right? Everyone else says, no, that's not really a good idea. Okay, so there are laws and things in place to help. But usually it stems from all of your environment, how you grew up, where things went wrong. You guys did the reading this week, right? Right? And what a hard upbringing that Flip had. Okay? And some of you one of you wrote, I'm so appreciative of my parents. Right? Others wrote, I had some not this bad, but I had similar experiences. All right? Or how it impacted me. It's all going to be based on what you think is right or wrong. Society is going to say yes and no to certain things, but it's how you sleep at night. Right? And sometimes you're going to sleep in a jail cell because you did things we said you couldn't. All right? But stick with it, because we're literally, I'm giving you a slight sample of 481 and 482 in Psalms. Okay? We're working on who you are right now. Then we have to get into the moral and ethical decisions. And we will use more case studies like this where doing the thing that's against the rules is the right thing to do. Because sometimes it is. Right? If those who decided to pull the trigger on the burning victim, all right, went against the rules of the police force, that person may say, well, I'm not cut out to be a police officer anymore. Right? Or they got punished appropriately and said, I still get to be a police officer, but what you did was wrong, so you get punished some fashion or another. Right? There's always going to be give and take as to what decisions you make. But you have to know what decision you're going to make. Make sense? Okay. If not, let me know. Well, we're short on time. Okay. But those are good questions. Okay. And Aggie does. Do they?
Yes.
Yeah, they do, don't they? Right? A scout is. Any scouts? What do we got?
There's a lot.
I know, we're out of time. Okay. It's defined by your own code of ethics. Right? And yeah, there's going to be laws and rules in place. But an Aggie does not lie, cheat, or steal. You guys do it all the time. All the time. Some of you are better than others, but we do it all the time. So it's how you decide what to do. It makes the kind of person that you are. Cool? All right. I'll post a discussion this week. That's all we got. Go have a wonderful, awesome week. Good luck this weekend at the game. If you want to talk more, Hannah, please let me know.